Have you ever heard, maybe it's all in your head? You're just probably stressing about it and creating the problem. Nothing's wrong with you. How infuriating is that? Well, today we're going to dive deeper into that and talking about stress in the stress series, part 3. Welcome back, team. Do we like that? Do you like being called team? Still haven't figured that out yet. What about player? Hey, playa. So, DM me what you want to be called. Because I feel like it's just, hey. I mean, I'm awkward, so that works, but I'm feeling team today. Welcome, team. I am so excited for this episode of the Stress Series Part 3 because I get to nerd out a little bit and talk some science medical stuff with you. Let's do this. So, we're in our Stress Series Part 3. If you haven't listened to Part 1, that's on relaxing your mind. Part 2's on relaxing your body. And this is so juicy, so good, going to give you so many tips. So today we're going to dive into Part 3, which is relaxing your nervous system. This is such a hot topic online, on all the TV shows. It sounds really cool on Instagram. I mean, it's kind of like the buzzword right now, like, oh, it's just your nervous system or your vagus nerve, or yeah, that's all you have to do. If you just touch here, you're cured. My favorite. So, what does this all mean? What do you need to do? Is this a thing? Is this complete bullshit? What is it? I'll say it's a thing, but let's explain a couple pieces first. What is your parasympathetic nervous system? So, we have two different types of nervous systems. They're called sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic is your fight or flight, running from a bear. Oh my gosh, I got to meet this deadline. Kind of thrive under that pressure and stress. I mean, that's me a little bit. We need to pack all this stuff for the vacation right now. Plus I have all this work stuff. I need to work out. I need to clean my house. If you're going through a divorce, a breakup, anything like super high stress, that you're living in your sympathetic nervous system 24/7. There's just no questions about it. And a lot of times we get addicted to that high, myself included, where we feel like that's where we thrive and that's where we've accomplished so many things. So we try to be living in that, drinking tons of coffee, trying to keep that high and that go. It's pretty fun. But over time, this is not good for your body. Then we have our parasympathetic nervous system. It's a big word. And this is the hot topic. This is rest and digest. Your body is in the state when it's relaxed. And that's when you can sleep, actually a deep sleep. That's when you can digest your food and your body heals in this state. So it's very important to be able to take yourself back to this. The problem with our society right now, and the more the better, which whatever your opinion is great, but our bodies lose sight and forget how to come back into this relaxation state. So from your parasympathetic, your vagus nerve innervates it. So there's cranial nerves, and that innervates different processes and organs and things. So like your optic nerve is for your eyes. Vagus nerve is your cranial nerve 10, and that's for your parasympathetic nervous system. So that's where you hear all this talk. Oh, you got to relax your vagus, stimulate your vagus nerve to relax it, to relax your parasympathetic. That's the connection, because that nerve innervates to control the parasympathetic nervous system. Did that make sense? Did I put it all together for you? Maybe simplify it a little bit, but I still got to dive into the sciencey medical terms. My husband's always like, you are brilliant, but you need to not get so technical sometimes and talk over, like dumb it down a little bit. Pretend it's like you talking about English or any other subject pretty much. Because I mean, my life skills are very subpar. I'm like good at my job and I'm very grateful for that, but I really need to outsource all my life stuff. I got my car and I drove it home and I had to call the sales guy on how to turn it off. Yep. Yep. I did that. And I called and I said, listen, I know I'm going to sound like a complete idiot. And I am. I pulled in my driveway. I don't know how to turn off my car. So, I mean, welcome to my life. Get on the roller coaster. So, but let me fix you. And I got that and make you feel better and make you win whatever award, help you win whatever award you want to win in your sport, career, singing, feel good, whatever it is. I got your back on that. But hey, that's okay. We can't be good at everything. That's why we all have different talents and everything else. But back to this vagus nerve. So you may have had an experience like I had when I was super, I don't know if I should call sick, but you've heard me talk about a couple times I went through this period in 2021 of extreme sickness. And I had gone to an OB for my yearly exam, and I was just like, perfect. There's some blood work I want to get done. It's way easier if I'm there, if they just order it. So explained some of my symptoms, and I just said, hey, can we order this blood work? I'd really appreciate it. It's just easier. I'm already here. I know you guys can draw the blood. And they just were looking at me. And I shouldn't have told them I'm a chiropractor either. I mean, they just all think we're nuts, which, I mean, it's in every field. I have a best friend who's a dentist, and they're like, oh, you got a shot for your doctor. I know I talked about this in an earlier episode, like you got to trust and vibe with who you're going to see, but it's in every field. Eye doctors, MDs, DEOs, massage therapists, head therapists. I mean, even computer analysts, accountants. It's in every field. There's a couple people that give you a bad rap, but at the end of the appointment, they're like, I'll order the blood work for you, but I really just think this is anxiety and depression. Whew. Talk about gaslighting. Oh my God. There was like fire in my stomach. I was so mad that, okay, you're going to tell me. I mean, it's just the acknowledgement of, once again, it's all in your head. It's just infuriating. You don't feel heard. You don't feel listened to. And there's no way I'll be parasympathetic when I'm that pissed off. Like, come on. Got the blood work, but that's not the full. And if there was stuff wrong, okay? So I was right. But another portion of that story is I was having crazy stomach pains and like this pain in my left side that I'm just like, oh my God. I did, muscle stuff, adjusting, rehab, everything you can think of. And I was like, all right, this is something bigger. So I got colonoscopy and other tests. I forget the name where they stick it down your throat at the moment. All the things, blood work, everything. And yes, there were some things going on, but nothing that really explained that side pain. And you know what the crazy thing is? When I actually focused on me and did some of the breathing, which is so insane, following my own advice and really taking some time to heal and rest, it went away. And now every time I get super in my sympathetic and stressed out, I'll get that side pain. So there is such a connection to this parasympathetic, sympathetic, and how your body talks to you. I mean, your body is a puzzle. It is a thing. It's going to let you know what's going on. Just like sometimes when you get injured or that low back pain, I mean, you push yourself, and now your body's like, fuck you, dude. Like, we're going to rest. It is so crucial to be able to take this time and be able to relax. So how do you even activate parasympathetic nervous system? This sounds nuts. Well, there's all these things out there. You can Google, I'm sure, all over Instagram and all the things, the tweets. You're seeing all these things you can do. And it just sounds like such a burden. Oh my God, I don't have time to do all this. Like, nor does that sound fun, a lot of it. You don't need to do it all. We're going to go through someone, and then we're going to go through the most important one that you get the most bang for your buck. And none of the other ones will work unless you're able to do that. So let's start. A cold plunge, cold shower, that'll stimulate the vagus nerve. Sauna, walking outside in the sun, stretching, slow movement, a massage. That's kind of one of my favorites that it takes me about an hour. So the last 30, I always have to get 90 minutes. I mean, the last 30 minutes are really the only time I'm able to relax because it takes me so long to talk myself down of relax, be here, doing the things of what do you What do you smell? What do you feel? Like just really trying to calm my mind down. Luxuriating. Oh my gosh, this is also another one of my favorite things to do. Did you ever, like when you go on vacation, you sleep better, you get some of the best ideas you've ever had, you actually are present in the moment. And this could be mountain vacation, beach vacation, just going 10 minutes away and staying at a hotel. I mean, being able to do something that separates you from your normal stressful environment allows your body to relax and chill out and tone down that parasympathetic nervous system to be able to really get out of that fight or flight and into relax and de-stress. Speaking of that, my awesome singing voice, since I live here in Nashville, I'm sure you'll see me on tour with one of my singers here soon. I'm trying to talk them into it. Just kidding. They would have no fans if I came. But singing also activates your parasympathetic vagal nerve, gargling. So why is that? That seems so weird. But part of the vagus nerve innervates some of the internal surfaces of your throat and your larynx and stuff. So that's why stimulating those muscles will get you to activate that nerve and chill. I apologize. If you see me on the screen, my nose is running like a faucet and I just keep having to dab it, but it's pretty cute. So clearly something's activated right now as I'm talking, laughing, all the things. You're using your voice, but in a relaxing situation, not super stressful. But I promised you to give you the most important one, and it has to go along with the de-stress in 20, where you are moving and breathing, slow movements activating. So the most important thing, without doing anything else, without stressing about adding a bunch of stuff to your schedule, but activating your vagus nerve and your parasympathetic nervous system, is breathing. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Incorporate that into all treatments. Breathing is so important. Once again, it is so boring, I understand. But if you're not breathing, if you're holding your breath constantly, if you're not correctly breathing, none of those other things are going to work. So to get the most bang for your buck, it's all about the breathing. And in De-Stress in 20, we incorporate slow movements that are activating. That could be for a workout, or you could just sit there and hold them and chill and breathe. So let me know what you think. DM me at Dr. Audra Lance on Instagram and share this with your friends, this 3-part series. We all need a little de-stress, and there's different components. It's not as simple. I mean, it's easier said than done. Correct. But there's all different components: your mind, your body, and the parasympathetic nervous system. Toodaloo.